Hey everyone. I've been asked recently where I go to get some of the content that I share with you, including some strategies and tools that might be available through Google Chrome, through other internet services. And honestly, the way that I tend to find those resources is simply to visit my Google Plus page. Now, Google Plus, as you can see here, is a social network very similar to Facebook. Um, However, its organization and layout make it very friendly for professional conversations. So you can see here on my page, I've got some ideas in terms of using Google Classroom. I've got some idea or a question asked about how someone can help their cafeteria publish their monthly menus. As I scroll down, you can see there's other communities, other web pages, lots of educational content, which you can read even on your phone very quickly. So there's a couple of things you need to do to be members of Google+. First of all, you do have a Google Plus account through your FSD GM accounts. To access that, all you need to do, and I'll just go up to the top so I can type, is simply in your web browser, visit http://plus.google.com. If it is your first time visiting the site, it will ask you some questions just to set you up. It may even suggest some people that you want to be friends with, which should primarily be people within Foothill School Division. But it is your page, it is your network. You can choose whoever you want. However, once you're set up, the second place to go is to actually go and find some communities to belong to. Now, to do that, all you need to do is go under your home menu over here and then scroll down to where it says communities. Now, communities are exactly what they sound like. They are groups of people that share common ideas or common likes or interests. And you can see that I belong to a number of communities around the topic of educational technology. So you can see Google Docs and Drive, Google Apps for Education Admin, educational technology, and so forth. You can also see that I've created a few communities for some of the groups I work with, including the third year mentorship cohort, Division II mathematics cohort, and even a community just to share some of the webinars we'll be doing. But if I want to find a new community, all I need to do is to simply go into this little search box right here and talk about what I'm interested in. So if I go math learning, for example, it'll take a second and it will give you a number of communities that talk about math learning. Now, a general rule of thumb when you're looking at communities or finding communities, I would recommend to look at these two numbers closely. The number of members is important because the more members, the more people talking about that topic and the more feedback you can get to questions. And of course, the number of posts, which talk about just how active that community is. So as I scroll down, for example, I might find this one here, which is math and technology. I can see that it has almost 3,000 members. Currently, there's 374 posts. The topic is definitely on the right track. So at this point, I can either just push join right now, in which case any new posts to this community will show up on my main Google Plus page. Or if I'd like to just take a snoop first and just make sure it's something I want to join, I can just click on the graphic itself, and momentarily it takes me to the page. And I can see right away that there's some great little strategies hidden in here in terms of looking at different ways of teaching mathematics. And so it's something I'm interested in. And so all I need to do is just simply push join community. And now I belong to that community and I can also contribute. You can see I now have a box where I can type questions. I can share photos, share links, share videos. I can comment. So I can comment on somebody else's post. I can +1 that post, which does two things. It has the effect of liking that post if you're used to the Facebook language, but it also places that post into my stream, so somebody following me will get a copy of that post. Once you've joined your community, you can go back to your main page simply by going back to your main menu and going to Home. And now you'll see posts from all of my communities sitting on the main page. You'll also notice that it's starting to recommend communities to me. So if there are communities that friends of mine or that people I follow might find useful, it gives me the option to join them. So for example, Google Apps, sure, I might join that. That sounds interesting. The more communities you belong to, the more content you'll get. If you want to look at just one community at a time, you can do that as well by simply going back to your menu, back to communities, and then choosing the community that you would like to look at. As with anything, if you have any questions, please feel free to fire me a note and I'd be happy to answer them.